The story of Saint Raymond of Peñafort.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
Let me tell you a story. It begins over 800 years ago in a small town near Barcelona, Spain, a time of knights, castles, and deep religious devotion. In this town, a boy named Raymond was born into a noble family, and while others dreamed of swords and glory, Raymond dreamed of knowledge and helping people. From a young age, Raymond was curious. He studied philosophy, logic, and law, but he wasn't just chasing knowledge for its own sake. He believed learning should serve others. So, he became a teacher. And not just any teacher. He taught at the University of Bologna in Italy, one of the top schools in the world at the time. He taught canon law. That's the church's legal system. He made it easier to understand, more organized, and more useful. In fact, his work was so important that it's still referenced by scholars today. But Raymond wasn't just a brainy scholar. Deep down, he had a calling. He wanted to do more than teach. He wanted to serve. So, in his 40s, an age when most people were settling into their careers, Raymond made a surprising decision. He gave up his prestigious job and joined a group called the Dominicans. They were known for their simple lives, their preaching, and their dedication to truth. Raymond didn't just want to sit in a library, he wanted to make a difference. Soon, he was training young priests to preach clearly and kindly. He helped guide confessors, those who hear people's confessions, so they could truly help and heal souls. And then, word of Raymond's wisdom spread, all the way to the Pope. The Pope asked Raymond to come to Rome. He wanted him to help reform the church's laws and bring clarity to a very messy system. Raymond accepted, and in just a few years he gathered, organized, and streamlined centuries of church rules into one clear collection. It was a massive task, but Raymond did it with precision and humility. But even in Rome, he stayed true to his mission, to serve, not to seek power. Eventually, Raymond returned to Spain. But this is where the story takes a dramatic turn. The Dominicans needed a new leader. Raymond, now in his 60s, was chosen. At first, he resisted. He didn't want power, but he eventually accepted. And as head of the order, he traveled far and wide encouraging compassion, truth, and mercy. But perhaps the most legendary part of Raymond's story came when he stood up for what he believed in, even if it meant defying a king. King James I of Aragon, a powerful and sometimes reckless ruler, had brought his mistress along on a royal journey. Raymond, a man of principle, told the king this was wrong, and that he should repent. The king ignored him. So Raymond did something bold. He told the king, "If you don't correct your ways, I won't be part of your journey anymore." The king laughed. "You can't leave," he said. "There are no boats, and I won't give you one." Raymond, unshaken, simply walked to the sea. And here's where legend and miracle collide. He spread his cloak over the waves, stepped onto it, and the wind picked up. Within hours, he had crossed the sea, about 160 miles back to Barcelona, safe, sound, and still dry. The king, humbled, never challenged Raymond again. It sounds impossible, maybe even unbelievable, but for those who knew Raymond, it made perfect sense. He lived by faith, not by fear. Raymond lived to be 100 years old. He never stopped working, never stopped caring. Even in his old age, he kept writing, advising, and encouraging people to live with love, wisdom, and justice. Today, Saint Raymond of Peñafort is remembered not just for the miracle on the sea, but for a life of purpose. He used his mind to build, his heart to guide, and his courage to stand up for truth, even when it wasn't easy. The story of Saint Raymond isn't just about miracles or history. It's a reminder that faith, when paired with action, can change the world.